up dating like some guy who's like some trashy guy. At this point, I've seen so much stuff on Snapchat that Austin is putting out. I'm starting to question, is their divorce even real?
How are you going to go on a date if you're in your house
and
you don't want to leave?
How are you going to meet somebody if you don't leave your house?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my problem. Nobody wants to be single on Valentine's Day. If you're in a relationship, there's so much like high expectations for how you're going to celebrate Valentine's Day.
50/50 podcast. Hi everyone, I'm Yas.
And I'm Yel.
And welcome back to the 50/50 podcast. If you're new here, welcome and don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, we have new episodes of the podcast every Wednesday, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. And also just come back and look for us every Wednesday because there'll always be a new episode here.
Definitely. And today is a special episode because it's our Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day.
We're so excited.
Yeah, and we put a little decorations up here just to make it a little bit more Valentine's Day themed. We have these little things up. I have my heart earrings.
We're wearing kind of coordinating outfits. A little touch, for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, exactly. And I know some people are like love or hate Valentine's Day, but
yeah, I love it.
I love it too. Yeah, and we'll get into that more, but I think it's just fun. It's a fun holiday.
So how has your week been? Any new updates, any news, anything you want to share with us?
Yeah, well, something new that has just been so funny. It's not really personally about me, but I don't know if you guys have been watching, and you too, like if you've been watching Austin McBroom from the Ace Family on Snapchat. Because
I'm laughing because it's so hilarious.
So hilarious. And we just talked about the Ace Family a couple episodes back about like their divorce drama and all that stuff going on. And at this point, I've seen so much stuff on Snapchat that Austin is putting out, and I'm starting to question: is their divorce even real?
That's what everyone is saying. They're like, "Is it real?" I don't know. It's so funny. It's like I'm watching like a comedy show or something. He's so funny. He's doing crazy things.
It all looks like it's so funny. It's so like hilarious. So don't get me wrong, but it definitely looks like set up. Like he's calling, like there's these people that are coming over to his house, or he's going over to people's houses like DDG, and it just looks so set up. He has that song with DDG.
That was just wild to me.
Why is that song actually kind of catchy too?
It's so catchy. It's so funny because he's like going through his day with like a soundtrack kind of playing.
Yeah, exactly. He's like so sad and like, oh my god, I love the video too.
With his bonnet.
Yeah. Oh my god, he treats that bonnet like his hair. He keeps like pushing it out the way. Oh my god, he's just been doing the craziest things over there. So funny. Like Austin, like he can be a bad husband, whatever you want to call him, but like as an entertainer, like he's really good.
Oh, because he knows how to entertain. He truly knows. And not just entertain you, but like he is a comedian.
Yeah.
He is a funny comedian.
He is. He knows how to engage the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I was kind of, I don't know, I wasn't engaged anymore with the Ace Family because since they hadn't posted on YouTube that much anymore, I just kind of like, not like I forgot about them because obviously we were talking about their divorce and everything, but I didn't really see much content from them. And now that I see Austin's Snapchat, I'm like fully engaged again. Like I love to see what he's doing, like what he's up to.
And I'm sure millions of other people are also. I'm sure he's getting a lot of money from this Snapchat stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, Snapchat must be paying good because that's where he's putting all this stuff like on Snapchat. And I heard from other people because you can't really see the views. At least I don't know how you see the views on Snapchat from. But he has to be getting, I heard, like in the millions.
Oh, definitely.
Of views per like video that he puts up there.
Oh yeah. Because, that's why he's choosing, which is the crazy thing to me, he's choosing to post all of this on Snapchat instead of YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So that Snapchat has to be paying better.
Yeah. It's just so wild.
It's so wild, but he is so funny. And everybody, whenever, because people will like, I guess, screen record and repost it on TikTok. Yeah. So I see things on TikTok too. And that's where you can see people's commentary because that's the funniest part. And people would just be like after he posted that song, 'cause it's like kind of, I guess it's kind of like a song to win Catherine back. That's right. Is that
what it was? I don't know. I just thought it was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing because I'm like, I just can't believe you post these things on. I was about to say YouTube on Snapchat, like for everyone to see. He is not embarrassed at all.
He's not embarrassed at all. So I'm like, is this even true? And people all in the comments, they were like, Catherine, don't take him back. This is not a sign. Like, don't take him back. But then other people were saying like, we're getting pranked. Like I remember seeing like a lot of that. People were like, this is all fake. Like they did it again. They're like, and honestly, I don't know if it's real or not. I can't really tell. I'm starting to doubt it though a little bit because I'm like,
I've heard other people are doubting it too.
Yeah, because if you're really going through a divorce, like I know typically people are sad. I mean, you don't have to be.
But also remember this: they haven't posted on YouTube for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So they could have already been well and done, already did
Yes.
their divorce. So
That
right
is
now he
true.
already was hurt. He already healed. And now he's like, you know what? Let me make money off of this because I was offline,
Yeah.
for so many months. Now it's time to, get that money.
Get that money. I think you're right. I think it's like either one, it's not real, or two, they've been separated for so long that he's over that phase of like
Yeah.
mourning the relationship. I guess they're just like they've been moved on for a while
Exactly.
now.
Yeah,
So
that's what I honestly think it is because he is not sad.
no, he's not.
He
sad.
has so much energy. He is
Yeah.
so like he is so funny about all this stuff
Yeah.
that I think he mourned the relationship a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has moved on, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the same from Catherine. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really see her stuff as much because, like I said, Austin is so entertaining.
don't
Anything
think
that I
she-
see from her, too, she looks happy, too. Like, she just looks
Yeah.
content, which is, like, you don't have to be doing over-the-top things. Like, she just looks like she's, like, at peace with the
And
place she's at.
And I don't think she even cares what he's doing. She's probably good.
Yeah.
Get your money.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, he has to, hopefully pay child support, too. and
Yeah,
everything,
so she's like, he's providing for the family.
Yeah, like, as long as he's not a deadbeat dad, she's like, whatever he has to do.
Probably entertaining to her too.
Yeah, I can see her laughing at that because I don't know what I would do, but he is just so funny. And I know there's a lot of people hating on him. They're like, he's so corny, like he's like desperate for views, whatever. But I'm like, I don't know. I think the opposite. I think he's really funny.
And this is not based, we're not talking on his like character or anything like
Yeah.
that he cheated and he's a scammer or anything. We're not
Yeah.
touching on that. We're just talking about his comedy, really.
Him as an entertainer, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is hilarious.
He's so funny. He definitely has, he has the people hooked because I see
Oh, yeah.
everybody talking about all the stuff he's doing.
I mean, all the drama channels, I
Yeah.
see they're talking about him. So
He's-
he's
yeah.
doing what he needs to be doing.
Exactly. He's living in
getting
an
the-
RV.
Yeah, he's getting those views.
Yeah. And all that, is he even really living in the RV?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think he just uses that like to create content. That's like his little content house right now or something. Well, anyways, that's what's been going on in our week. Anything like that you wanted to share from your week or?
From my week, no, but from today, I burned my ear when I
Oh my
was curling my
God.
hair.
Yeah, I was
My
there
poor
for it.
ear hurts.
I know.
So I'm in pain as we're filming.
Yeah, God, I'm so sorry. That hurts really bad. I've never burnt my ear, but I've burnt my fingers before. Burnt my arm. Oh my God.
I've never burned myself like with a curling iron, and so I did it today for the first time in my life, and it's so painful.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was
I
putting
know.
like cold water.
I know, and I saw it. It's red.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at it. It's really burnt.
Yeah.
So, but
But
yeah.
it'll heal. It'll heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it with my week.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just been, it's just been so funny seeing all these things about the Ace family, like Austin, and it's really just turned around like their divorce, which I guess is kind of positive. It's not like you're not seeing it in the media as like this nasty divorce where they're insulting each other
Yeah.
back and forth. It's like, yeah, they're handling their divorce their way, but it's just like like funny, like because they're not insulting each other. It's
No,
not dirty.
no.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just
Him-
them moving on with their lives
And him being sad, because that's
Yeah,
the thing.
oh,
He's
yeah.
so sad. But you know what? At least, maybe he does it as like in a comedic way.
Yeah.
But maybe he really is a little sad.
Yeah.
He's sad that it didn't work out.
Yeah, which that brings up the question. We're going to talk about relationships today because this is like, our Valentine's Day episode. But let's talk about, since we're on the Ace family, let's talk about their relationship. Do you think that they're going to get back together? Because that's something that I've been thinking about.
I think, yeah. I think they might. I think Catherine might be like, oh, he's so funny or he's so sad or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's going to try and get back with her.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
think
think
so.
too. I feel like I could see that happening, that they
Yeah.
just get back together. And I don't know. I don't know if
I
that's...
mean, and they have 3 kids.
Yeah.
So in the end, again, not talking about him cheating, not talking about any of that stuff, but
Right, and we don't really know. This is all allegedly. Like we don't know if he really
alleged.
cheated. Like we talked
Yeah.
about it in our other episodes. You can see that episode. I'll link it below. But
all the alleged
Yes.
things that he has done, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about, if he is a good partner to her,
yeah,
he's seems like a good father. I mean, it's just good for the whole family just to be together, I think.
yeah, same. And I could see them getting back together. And honestly, we don't know what's best for them. They know what's best for them.
Yeah.
But as far as like seeing the family together, like I don't know. I will, that would be nice to see them together.
course,
But
of
again,
course.
and of course we've gotten used to them too. So like it's just like with any like when you see a show and like you want the people to stay together. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I am like rooting for them to get back together, but only if that's the healthiest thing to do. Like and that's like this is just our opinion from the outside, the very very
Right. Super. I mean, we have
far
no
outside.
relation
Yeah.
to them.
Let's get into our topic for today, which is about relationships and just Valentine's Day in general. Like a lot of people with Valentine's Day, there's a lot of pressure on people. Like some people will feel this. Like I know if you're single, it's like, nobody wants to be single on Valentine's Day. Like it's all this stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or if you're in a relationship, there's so much like high expectations for how you're going to celebrate Valentine's Day. And there's a lot of people who hate Valentine's Day. Like they have their opinions.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is your take on Valentine's Day?
I like Valentine's Day truly because of the like aesthetic thing to it. I love the colors. I love right now we have the red over here.
Yeah.
But I love really the pink.
Yes.
Everything that's pink with Valentine's Day. I love the hearts. That's like my favorite thing ever. Even if it's not Valentine's Day, I love hearts. I love the color pink and I like to incorporate that into my life.
Yeah.
So Valentine's Day for me is about that.
This is the time to do it.
This is the time to shine with those things.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull in actually. My sister has these pillows. They're just so cute. I have to show it because we wanted to have them here, but they're just a little bit big, so you can't really you can't see them if they're off to the side or if they're on top of us. They're just a little too big. But tell me these are not so cute. These are
They are so
beautiful
cute. I
pillows.
love them.
And they're such a nice big size too. But yeah, same here for Valentine's Day. I just love, like you were saying, the aesthetic. And I'm not a huge like pink girl. Like pink is not my favorite color.
Yeah.
I do like it, but I just love seeing even when you go out like the stores, everything, they're all decorated in like pink, white, red. It just looks so, it's like after coming, like, because we're in winter, right? But it's just kind of like something nice and colorful during winter. It's
Right.
fun. Like I like it.
It is. And that's what I like too. I just love that. And of course, now I have my daughter. So I love, celebrating with her, like getting her dressed up in like
Yeah.
cute little outfits for Valentine's Day and like giving her, a gift bag and,
Yeah.
trying to do different things, different crafts, different stuff like that. So I love doing that and decorating my house even for
Yeah.
her. It's just
She loves that
yeah,
stuff.
so that's why I love Valentine's Day, and I don't really care too much about like being single or not. I mean, I'm married, but
Yeah.
I don't put too much pressure
On
on
Day.
Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be a fun time. I think that's how I
Yeah.
take it. Like
Yeah.
with candy, that's how I see Valentine's Day. Just it's about candy and love for your family, for your friends, for your
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, exactly. And I know there's a lot of people who out there, they argue, like some of the Valentine's Day haters, they'll be like, you're supposed to celebrate love every day, like not just one day. And like that is true. So there's just this one day as like a reminder to like, celebrate love if you are in a relationship, even love for like your friends, like because there's also that, like love for your family, whatever. So I that's how I see it. Just like
Yeah.
in general, just a nice day. But yeah, it's nothing too over the top for me either. I don't see it that way.
Just a nice something just to celebrate, really, just to get out of the routine.
Exactly. Yeah, just something to get out the routine. And I know a lot of people too, when people are single, they feel like so bad to be single on Valentine's Day. And
That's
I'm single and
wild.
I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Like I still
Yeah.
enjoy Valentine's Day. I still have fun. I will like, make cookies with my niece or whatever. And like we usually even have a Valentine's Day party. Well, just like a little get together.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. You just like celebrate the day, have fun.
It's something lighthearted, something fun, and it's not supposed to be taken too seriously. And if you're really that sad that you're single on Valentine's Day, don't be. Why? Who cares if
Yeah.
you're single? Thank God you don't have anybody holding you down.
Yeah, exactly. It's, and that brings us into the next thing that I wanted to get into, but something that like has been going around, and like I've been hearing about this, and like not just from right now, it's like from already like a couple years ago too. But again, during Valentine's Day this comes back up, but that it's like these women nowadays, like modern women, like our generation and everything, we're like not scared to be single anymore. Whereas like previous generations, that's where I was like, I always want to say I read it somewhere, but it's really just, I think was a TikTok that I
Yeah.
saw it on. But like that our parents' generations, maybe being a woman, and especially over a certain age, and like being single, like not married, not having kids, was like almost like shameful. And I know it still is for some people, like in some cultures and everything, like they'll like look down on it or something, or even like
Yeah.
our parents might be like, it's time for you to get married and stuff like that. But they were just saying there in that video that women these days, they're not that worried anymore about not being in a relationship.
Right. And I think that's true. I think a lot of people don't really mind.
Yeah.
They're actually happier being single
Yeah.
because, I truly think a lot has to do with the whole quarantine.
Yeah.
The whole thing, pandemic and all that, really got everybody inside of their homes,
Yeah.
in their comfort zones. Nobody wanted to get out,
Yeah.
and that stopped a lot of the dating.
Yeah.
And then you're in your comfort zone. you don't want to get out. How are you going to go on a date? How are you going to go on a date if you're in your house and you don't want to leave?
How are you gonna meet somebody if you don't leave your house?
Exactly.
That's my problem.
So then you're at home. Okay, there's apps and all this stuff, but you still have to get out of your house.
Right.
So even if you're on the app, that still means in order to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, in order to meet someone, you need to meet them outside of your home.
Yeah.
How are you going to get there if you don't want to leave?
Yeah, exactly.
People are too comfortable.
Yeah.
With being comfortable.
Yeah, we've become too comfortable. We have so many conveniences. Like, if you want to order food, even I'm not even talking about groceries. I'm just talking about like food, like DoorDash. You have, all these different food delivery services that you can just get the food come right to your house. You don't have to go out for that anymore. If you want to, buy anything. I mean, I buy all my stuff online. I don't even go, like, if I go to Target, it's really just to like browse around because I want to see like maybe the Valentine's Day stuff or like whatever season it is. I like to see the seasonal things. But otherwise, I just buy everything that I need. I buy it online and it gets shipped to my house.
Yeah, and I prefer to buy it online because I feel like I can look through the things more. I don't know. I feel like I have more options online sometimes. Or sometimes maybe there's not that many options, which makes it kind of easier to pick what you want.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's always some kind of like a sale or a deal. So if you spend X amount of money, you get, 10% off, 15% off or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and it's just easier to look through.
Yeah, it is so much easier.
And you can just put it in your cart and you can kind of sit on it a little bit and you're just like, wait, do I really need this? Do I not? When you're at the store, it's like you either get it or you don't because you have to check out.
Exactly. And even if you're not in a rush, even if you go to the store and you're like just having like an afternoon for yourself or whatever, you always kind of feel that rush because I'm like, if I'm in an aisle and I feel like I can't think that much because then I feel like somebody's coming up next to me or like I'm in somebody's way or something like that. So I prefer online shopping 100%. It's just,
Me too.
It's just more organized. When I even go to a store, like I'm saying, it's just to browse and I might not even buy anything because I feel like I can't even tell what's on sale. I feel like it's just so unorganized. Whereas when I see it like in the app or online or whatever, I just feel like it's so much more organized. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this. Like you can filter through. Like I'm looking for a shampoo, filter all shampoos. Rather than like when you go to the aisle, it's like I don't know. It's overwhelming sometimes in the store.
Or even like for example, there you're talking about shampoos and stuff like that. If you go on the app, like the Ulta app, for example, you know exactly what shampoo that you want.
Exactly.
And you just go there and they tell you, this is the brand and these are all the other kinds. So you don't have to be searching around in the store. Where is the shampoo? Where is this? Do they have the pump here? Where is the pump?
Exactly.
It's so easy. That's the thing. And our life has become about like
convenience.
Yep.
Yeah. And even about the shampoo thing too, like you see quickly there, like, oh, it's made with argan oil or whatever. Whereas if you're in the store, you have to read the ingredients and like that could be so annoying sometimes. So it's just like everything's right there in your face when you buy it online. So it just makes everything easier. But yeah, it makes us also not leave our house as much.
That's a big thing. It's a big thing I think with like being single,
Yeah.
especially nowadays. So I met my husband when I was a teenager. And I feel like if we hadn't met then,
you met him in person.
I met him in person. I met him in school.
Yeah.
So that's how we got to know each other in school.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we didn't meet in school, if the pandemic would have came around and I would have been single, I don't think I would have met anyone. Yeah. Because I'm scared about these dating websites. I mean, well, not websites, dating apps and all this stuff. I would be terrified to go out and meet a random stranger. I don't care if I FaceTime them. I don't care if I talk to them on the phone. I don't care about any of that. I'm literally going to meet a stranger.
Yeah.
Because one thing is FaceTime. Another thing is like seeing their body movements, like how they act, how they talk. Like it's very different in person than, even through FaceTime.
Yeah. Yeah. And dating apps were around when you guys met, but it was just like not as prevalent as now. Whereas now I feel like I don't even, like we were talking about this the other day, and like besides you, I can't think of anybody else that has met their like husband or boyfriend or whatever, significant other of my friends and everything, in person. I just can't think of anybody else.
I mean, even when I was, in the office working, my friends there, they met their significant others through dating apps.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like everybody how they're meeting through dating apps. But like you're saying too, I'm also kind of scared of the dating apps because, and I know, we shouldn't be or whatever, because I guess there's some precautions you can take or something, I don't know, but it just seems so scary to like just go and meet up with a stranger, because when you meet somebody in person, there's always that like let's say at work or whatever, you at least have seen them here and there before. You've probably talked to them at least a couple times before you're going out with them,
right?
Like in person. So I feel like that's so different than just meeting up with a stranger like that you just see their name and their picture in an app. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah,
Scary.
it's scary. Yeah, it sounds scary to me.
That's why I'm like, I thank God that I'm not single right now because
Yeah.
it's a lot of pressure. It's scary with these apps. For me, it's scary.
Yeah, yeah. And so like this like study that they did or whatever was showing that a lot of women are not scared to like get older and maybe not have kids, or maybe not even be married or whatever, which they were saying that like I guess from previous studies that they did like many years ago, I don't even know how long ago. Like, and I wish I could remember the percentages, but I can't remember. But like it had drastically changed because like back in the day when they did this survey also, and I don't know if it was just like, I might have just been like 10 years ago. I'm not sure. But women were like, more women were, they said that that was like a fear of theirs to get to an age where they're no longer able to have kids and they haven't found their spouse yet
Okay.
and all that. So it's just like, I guess our generations are changing. And it's not necessarily, it's not a bad thing. I mean, I feel like that's so good for like the mentality change of women not thinking like, oh, you need a man to complete your, like
Your goals in life.
your goals in life. Like, and we are talking from the woman's perspective mostly right now, just because
Yeah.
like that's what this study was about too, and everything from the women's side. But and of course it's nice to have a. I mean, if that's what you want, if you want to have a family and everything, it's nice to find your
Yeah,
husband,
yeah.
your partner for the rest of your life, and have kids and everything. So nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I mean, and I've also seen that some people that they can't find a partner, right? They
Yeah.
had no luck, let's say.
Yeah.
They end up adopting kids,
Yeah.
right? By themselves. Or they even get like, I don't know, they get pregnant through, what is it, like IVF or
IVF, or they have a surrogate.
a surrogate and stuff like that. But they are like a single mom, you
Yeah.
know? And then they are not looking for a husband. And if the husband ends up, coming along, well, he has the woman with her child,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, actually, from I guess the show's not on in Bravo anymore, but it used to be Shaws of Sunset. Gigi from Shaws of Sunset.
Oh,
She did that
yeah.
because she was like, you know what? I'm getting to an age where I might not be able to have kids anymore. So she just she had her baby via like I think IVF, like with a sperm
Yeah.
donor, and she has her baby.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and I feel like
That's
that is good for her because if she wants to have a family and she just didn't find the right person, then
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we have technology nowadays. I feel like science helps all this stuff, so you are able to do it.
Thank God for science
Yeah.
to be able to do it because then, and that's the thing, it's given women so much independence.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you, like we said previously, you don't have to rely on a man.
yeah.
So some people don't, maybe, I don't know, like I said, they don't have good luck finding a
Yeah.
good man. And
Yeah.
you still want to have a kid? Why not? And even a man. I mean, Ricky
Yeah.
Martin,
Yeah.
Andy Cohen, what's the other guy?
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper. So a lot of men, women,
That's
everyone
right. Yeah, I forgot
is
about
doing that.
Yeah, because if you want to have kids, but you just haven't found your soulmate, whatever. Yeah, why not? I feel like that's like and I just
Yeah.
think also with this whole study, I think what it showed really too is like, I think that's so great that we're kind of changing the stigma of women that you don't have to be this sad woman who didn't get married, doesn't have kids. Like,
And your life is, oh, like, I
Yeah.
feel so sorry for you. Like,
Yeah.
that's so
That's so-
old, the old mentality.
Yes, and I'm so happy that's like staying in the past generation or something,
Yeah.
because like I said, if you want to get married, have kids, beautiful, like do it. But if you don't, that's okay too. And we have to just like, accept everybody, whatever their journey is, let them live their journey, like,
Yeah.
so I do think that's like really the
And-
positive thing about
And no
that.
two journeys are the same, right?
Yeah.
So, who cares? If you're
Yeah.
single, who cares?
Yeah, and if you're single, shoot, be happy.
Be happy. That's why I said, like, thank God that you're single because you don't have anything holding you down, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a man holding you down, a woman holding you down. So that's wonderful for you. Think of it like that.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I just feel like this with this whole dating stuff and everything, like, especially I know, like, people will be like, oh, like, some people like really want to have a boyfriend so bad. I'm talking again from the girl's
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
And then they end up dating like some guy who's like some, trashy guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't treat them right.
Right.
All because they just want to like check this box of like having a boyfriend. Or even sometimes they end up marrying that person,
Yeah, just-
having a husband.
Just because they wanted to check that box. I forgot. I
Yeah.
just heard that from somewhere, probably TikTok or something.
yeah.
And they were like, all I really wanted to do was just check that box. And
Yeah.
it ends up in a divorce.
Yep.
So it ends up like nasty and just like, because a divorce isn't going to end good all the time.
Yeah.
Most divorces end poorly.
Right.
So you can avoid yourself,
Yeah. And
that
then you
headache.
also, if you think about it in the long run, let's say you just want to check a box, so you marry this person, and then later on down the line, you get a divorce, whether you had kids or not, you just wasted so much time too. And, if you have a kid, that's like maybe the one only good thing that came out of the relationship. But let's say you didn't even have kids and you like end up getting divorced. Let's say like 10 years, because I heard this somewhere too, like somebody, I feel like it was on YouTube or TikTok, somebody telling their story. and then they just wasted like 10 years of their life on this
Yeah.
person that they were never up to their standards.
Right.
So like that, you also set up that person for failure because like even if whether they're great or bad or whatever it is, like you're kind of dragging them along because you're not like they're not your soulmate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you guys end up just getting divorced and you just waste your time. So like I just think it's just so important to just not settle for these people who aren't worth it. Like just wait until you find that person. 'Cause I mean I haven't found that person, but I know I hear from everybody like you will find that person eventually. Like you just
You
need to
will, yeah.
yeah, you just need to keep searching or don't even search like they say.
Yeah, don't even
Sometimes.
search. I feel like, well, nowadays they're gonna say search, I feel like, because if you're not going out of your house, then you gotta search,
Yeah.
right? Because how are you gonna find anyone if you're at home? But
Yeah,
when you least expect it is when it happens, I think.
yeah, that's what
I
everybody
guess.
says.
I don't know. I can't remember how it happened with me, but I was in school. I was still young.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of just happened, I guess. Yeah, and like people just waiting, like we were saying, they should just wait for the right person, like we were mentioning, which brings us to like the topic, like of soulmates. I know that's like a thing, like it's almost like I feel like not a myth, a legend, like it's like
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Like some
something
people believe in it and some people don't.
exactly like it seems so like unattainable or like
Yeah.
just like a dream or something. But yeah,
Right.
what are your thoughts on soulmates?
I believe that there are soulmates.
Yeah.
I also believe that they don't always have to be romantic soulmates.
Yes.
That's what I do believe because you and I have talked about this
Yeah.
a lot, that we think that we are soulmates.
Yeah, I feel like, and I've told people, I remember I would tell my friends this, 'cause thought this for like, we've thought this for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I would even tell my friends, I'm like, my sister is my soulmate. And I remember like some people, because they always think about it romantically. I'm like, but I do believe, like, I believe we're soulmates. Like, I feel like our
Yeah.
souls just match. I believe like whenever we were made, like God made us to be together, like at some point.
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe that because there's so many things that you and I share that, for example, there's so many things, right, that my sister and I are so similar. We're completely different, but we're so similar at the same time. So I don't
Yeah.
even know how that even works, but it works for us.
Yeah.
Our dynamic is so good. Like we balance each other out so perfectly.
Yeah.
And things, for example, to me, that is like a soulmate is just like she understands me without me even having to explain myself.
Yeah.
My sister understands me. And then I feel like the same goes with you. Like
Yeah.
I understand you. I
Yeah.
just, we don't have to speak. Sometimes I just look at her and
And
she
we know
already knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and this has been since we were little kids. Like, people would be like, "How did you know?" Like, she said that, whatever. And I'm like, I can just tell by like her look. Either whether you look at me or you look at somebody else, like even like your reaction, I already know exactly what you're thinking, exactly what you're gonna say. I can already like guess
Yeah.
it and everything.
You know what I'm feeling.
Yeah, yeah. And saying like about like how we just get each other. Like my sister and I, we talk a lot. Okay, like off this podcast too, we talk so much. And sometimes we'll cover so many topics. I feel like in such a short amount of time, because when we're talking to each other, I feel like we don't even have to explain that much because we just know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So we just kind of like, I feel like we can just get through conversations so quickly almost.
And so easily because we understand each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we really
It's
do just
wild.
compliment each other. I know like we
Yeah.
were saying it and we're sisters and I love sister love. So I hope you guys have a sister. The best thing in the world is to have a sister.
Yeah,
like,
that's
honestly,
the best thing ever.
yeah, yeah. So like I wish for all of you to have a sister. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Having a sister bond, a sister relationship is so special, I feel like.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, call me biased, whatever, but I think it's closer and even better. I'm going to say better
Yeah.
than like boy-girl relationship or boy-boy relationship.
Yeah. Well, boy-boy relationship, I feel like sometimes same gender kids, it's like good because boy-boy, they even though they might be like,
Yeah, they could be close.
maybe they don't
yeah.
express their love exactly how girls do or
That's-
something,
yeah.
but they are definitely close. But yeah, I've seen a lot of times with the boy-girl, like where they're sometimes not that close, like in siblings. But we could be wrong too, because I know there's some people
yeah.
out there that they are really close to their brothers or sisters.
Well, the way that I see it is if it's like talking about, just sibling relationships, if it is girl, I feel like they're really close.
Yeah.
If it's the boy is first and the girl is second, they're not close, I
Yeah.
think. If the girl is born first and the boy is born second, they are close. And
Yeah.
if it's two boys, it's a give or take.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's true. I mean,
That's how I think of it.
Yeah, that's how I think of it too. And it's just like also I think it has a lot to do with your upbringing too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes is it like, do your parents kind of, make sure you guys had a good relationship, or sometimes even people, they go through a lot of tough times, like let's say their parents got divorced, whatever, and that makes their bond stronger too as siblings. So
Yeah.
it's like also like I guess what you've been through in life, that might help you. And like in our case, like our both of our parents, they have really good relationship with their siblings.
Yeah.
So like our dad is very close to his brother. Our mom has so many siblings, but she was specifically close to her sister too. So we kind of always saw that growing up too, like the sister relationship.
That's true.
And so we always saw that.
And our parents always, always,
Yeah.
always, always told us, we have each other. We
Yeah.
are, like, we have a built-in best friend, basically,
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's
for the rest of our life.
yeah, and they would always just make sure, like we knew that. But thankfully, we've never had any issues. Like thank goodness, and we've always just like been super close ever since we were little. Like even people, even in our family, just refer to us as like one.
Yeah, yes.
they don't. They don't
It's
like.
crazy, but
Yeah.
they do. They refer to us as one person.
Yeah, they'll be like, "What do you guys want to drink?" And like sometimes my sister will be like, "Oh, like I'll have Coke," and I'm like, "Oh, I want a Sprite." They're like, "Okay, you guys want Coke?" And I'm like, "Wait, but I said Sprite."
Yeah, or
Like,
you guys want Sprite?
Yeah.
Or you guys, what do you guys want to eat? Like,
yeah, like they treat us like as one, like because I guess to the outside world and everything, people see us so similar, which we are. Like you're saying, we're so
Yeah.
similar, but of course we know our differences and all that. But yeah, no, I think it's just like I do think soulmates exist because
Yeah.
as in that, and it doesn't have to be like you're saying, it doesn't have to be romantic, but I also think romantic ones exist too.
Yeah, I think
feel-
romantic ones
yeah.
exist. I do believe that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, do you believe this? That you have more than one soulmate? Talking about romantic relationships?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just one soulmate romantically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think
about
so. I've heard that people say that you can have many soulmates. But I don't know. I feel like you have one soulmate. And
Yeah.
does that mean that you're going to find them in your lifetime? No, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that you're going to find your soulmate in your
Yeah.
lifetime. But I do know that there's going to be you have your soulmates, like,
Yeah.
us in our sister relationship, but I also believe that you will find one in a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
You could find one.
Yeah.
Are you going to find it? I don't know.
Yeah. I
They
don't
could
know.
be across the world, right?
Who knows? Yeah, but like also, and that's the thing with soulmates. It's so like
That's like
dreamy. Like I don't know.
yeah.
But I feel like if they are your soulmate, then like you guys will find each other. That's how I think it is. Like,
Okay.
It's like kind of like destiny that you'll find each other. But maybe that's just me like watching too many movies. I don't know.
I mean, I want to believe that you will find each other, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, do you think like a person maybe that you meet like becomes your soulmate, or guess in that case also like I don't know. I'm just thinking through this right now. Like maybe even you don't see them as your soulmate, but then later you realize they're your soulmate. I don't know because I'm just
I don't
thinking
know,
about how
yeah.
like when you what I've seen just like with marriages and everything like, or even from dating to marriage, like your relationships gets so much stronger. Hopefully
Right,
if you're in a
right.
good healthy relationship and
Yeah.
everything. So maybe you don't see them as your soulmate when you just start like just early dating, but then you realize they are. I don't know, like something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. That's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also like we were saying, soulmates in different ways and everything. So yeah, I do really feel like our souls match, though. I know they do.
I know they do too. I know they do. And I feel like it matches with like just more than us. Like I feel like it could be just because, also they're our parents, but I feel
Yeah.
like with our parents, with my
Yes.
daughter, with my husband, I feel like I don't know. So maybe it's true. Like you said, it could happen, I guess, along the
Yeah.
way, but I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
want to think that it happens along the way. I want to think that it was meant to,
to
it was
be.
destiny.
Yeah.
That's what I want to think.
Yeah, exactly. No, and I think that makes that like that's the whole like dreamy part of it, that it is
Yeah.
like that way. But yeah, no, I agree. I think there's so many different types of soulmates. Like I also do feel like our parents, like our mom and dad are soulmates too. Because I just feel like it's just like such a deep connection that you have, and it could just be also because they are your family and everything, but I
Yeah.
just feel like different. I just feel like so connected, thank goodness, to our parents and everything, to my niece. I really do feel like
know, my
she is
angel.
something that I never knew that I needed in my life, and then when she came around, it was
I
just
know.
the best thing ever to happen
She is
in our lives.
Yeah, she is my angel. She is truly my angel. And one day we can get into
Yeah.
whole story about that.
Yes, yeah, your whole like birth story if
Yeah.
anybody's interested.
Yeah, it's a traumatic one.
Yeah. Now we even have a cousin too, who I also feel like our cousin, I feel like he's our soulmate too. I feel like a soul connection to him
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
different than other people in our lives, even other family members. So yeah, I do believe in soulmates.
Yeah, me too. I believe in soulmates. I love believing in that stuff. I love love. I love that stuff. I love
Yeah.
like those romantic things. I think it's so cute. I
Yeah.
love it. So
Yeah.
it makes me happy to think that it's true.
Yeah, and it's nice to think about those things, and also, but not put so much pressure on yourself either, because some people will like, romanticize these things and then like hate their life because they think that their life is not as beautiful as it is in the movies. Yeah, which
Yeah.
it's never gonna be. Movies are fake, like we all know that, even, you know, with social media, like be careful who you like idolize and everything on
Yeah.
social media because
They're only showing you the positive things. Remember
yeah,
that not everybody is having a wonderful, spectacular day 24/7 and they're like happy
right.
and hyped up and like bubbly.
Yeah.
That's not reality.
Right. And we should never assume that. Like I don't and we can maybe that's another topic for another day
Mm-hmm.
we can like more in depth, but I feel like with social media, like, you know, we all do it. Like, do you really want to post yourself on your worst day?
No,
No, you don't want
never.
to. So we just all should as watchers of social media, even if you're posting too, but like if you're viewing social media, which I
Mm-hmm.
know we're all on social media these days, like
Yeah.
who isn't, we should never assume that anybody's happy 24/7 because it's just not true. And I feel like if we just kind of set those standards for ourselves, we'll
Yeah.
know too. And like if you see even a couple, like nothing bad, I'm not wishing anything bad on them. I hope everything's good, but you also they might not be the perfect couple that they make themselves out to be. So you
Yeah.
don't know what's going on in their relationship because they don't have to share every single detail, and then most likely nobody's sharing every single detail of
Yeah.
their relationship. So you really don't know what's happening.
That's true. I mean, nobody, like you said, is going to show you like a bad day,
Right.
a bad hair day, a negative day, or whatever. They won't do it.
Yeah.
Why would a person purposefully do that?
Right.
Right? They want to have, and it's not because they want the world to think that they're perfect.
No.
It's
Yeah.
just like when you get out of your door, you also step out with your best foot forward, right?
Right.
When you go to work, you don't go dressed as a bum,
Right.
right? You
Exactly.
go dressed appropriately to work or whatever.
A party, whatever, you're always
A
gonna you're not
party.
gonna go purposefully like looking bad. You're gonna be like, let me look bad today. Nobody would say
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the same thing with social media. You're not purposefully going to post a picture of you looking wild and crazy and
Right.
God knows what happened to your hair, let's say. Um, you're going to show, when you're showered, when you're clean,
Yeah.
hopefully, because nobody wants to see you looking a mess.
Yeah. And there are some people who will post like them having, because there's some people out there who they don't mind being like, you know, vulnerable online and everything. So they'll like post themselves having a bad day or even crying or this and that, whatever. But even that's like, if you see those days compared to the rest of their content, those are few and far between, like people say. So they show you, maybe they give you a glimpse of that because they want to, you know, show that side. But that still doesn't even show you like, oh, they were sad this one day and the rest of the year they were great. No, you
No.
don't know them how they're struggling behind closed doors. And sometimes for people it's therapeutic, even if you are going through something. I know even for myself when I'm going to, sometimes I don't want to just talk about that all the time. Sometimes I do. It just
Right,
depends what you're
right,
going through.
yeah.
So also I could see that being a thing like where even if you're going through something, maybe you don't want to post about that too because you're like, you know what, let me kind of like escape my reality and just, you know,
Yeah,
focus on something different than what's happening to
exactly.
me every day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't believe social media. We all know it's fake.
Yeah, we all know it's fake, so we just have to like just remember that because I feel like people forget.
Yeah.
Let's just remember that, you know, that it's not just like a TV show. Like
And remember that
it's not real.
specifically now that it's Valentine's Day. It's
Yeah.
not real. What you're seeing is not real. The stuff is not, I mean, the picture okay is real, but it's not their daily life. That's
Yeah.
not how their daily life is. You don't know what happened 10 minutes beforehand.
Right.
You
Or
have no
what
idea.
happened right after. Yeah, and if people are like, for example, because on Valentine's Day, that's a good point that you said. You know, you'll see a lot of people that they got like somebody got like 1,000 roses, and just because you didn't doesn't mean anything different about your relationship. Because sometimes people will judge like their relationship based on how much they're getting that day and whatever. And like, no, do not compare yourself. Like they say, I think what is it called? Comparison is the thief of joy. Like when you start comparing yourself to others, that's when, you know, it's just you're never going to be happy. And before we close out this episode, because you know it's just been talking all about relationships, we cannot close out this episode without talking about Love is Blind.
Yes.
Today is Valentine's Day, and today is the day that Love is Blind season 6, is it?
Season 6. Yep.
Season 6 launches today.
Yeah. It's
So-
so great. I think it'll launch later tonight or something like that, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure of the exact time. I'm not sure, but I think, but it's launching today.
It's
I know
launching
it's the
today.
14th. It's
Yeah.
launching today. And so we haven't seen any of the episodes yet, but we will definitely be watching them. So, but we kind of took a little preview. We saw the like trailer and everything and got a little sneak preview of the cast. We were looking at that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what are your thoughts on the cast? Any like predictions? I mean, you never know. These things they go all kinds of ways.
My predictions are I feel like there's going to be a lot more people engaged this time around.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so because now people kind of get the idea of Love is Blind.
Right.
So they know now, hey, if I get engaged, I'm going to get more screen time.
Yeah.
And, people want to also increase that Instagram count that they have
Yeah.
or their YouTube channel or whatever because they know that after they get out of this show, they go on interviews, like on podcasts. There, people are searching them on Instagram.
They gain a little fame.
They gain fame, and their lives change. Their
Yeah.
lives really do change because they are, a little famous now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're on a show, so like they gain a little bit of a following. I mean, it would happen too, even with other, well, really all reality shows, but even like The Bachelor or something like that, 'cause
Yeah.
it's kind of comparable. I know, the people that even the girls that don't get chosen or the boys when it's The Bachelorette, they still have followers. Like they'll gain a lot
Yeah.
of followers, and some of them go on to like still do like become influencers basically.
Yeah, they get
with that.
sponsorships, they get other opportunities within Netflix.
Yeah, they join other shows. Like
Exactly.
I'm not
They do Perfect Match.
Perfect Match,
That's a new one.
Bachelor in Paradise, I want to say. I'm not too familiar
Yeah, I'm
with all
not
the
sure
Bachelor
about that.
shows, to be honest, but it's like,
Yeah.
I guess where it's like previous contestants
Okay,
like
okay,
meet
yeah.
up again for like another shot at love or something like that.
Yeah. I've seen this Perfect Match. Season 1 came out, and they have brought in a lot of people from uh Love is Blind, Love Island, I think it is.
Yeah.
And other stuff that Netflix has, Netflix like series. You know, this opens up the doors for them, so they know that, them putting that ring on,
Yeah.
proposing or getting the ring means something.
Yeah.
So, and it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm excited. I'm excited because I know there's one person there with a child already, and she's getting
Yeah.
some backlash from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're like, why did you leave your kid to film a show?
Yeah. Oh, God. I hate people do that because, like,
Like, you don't know.
how long is the show even filmed for? Like, we don't know exactly,
I have
but
no
it's
idea.
not like that long. And also, people go to work too and they have kids. So it's like, it's just so funny.
The whole world goes to work and
Yeah,
has kids.
exactly. And it's just so funny. A lot of times people will pick on women to like, you should be with your kids like 24/7, which I'm sure her child is very well taken care of. And like,
Yeah.
and I don't think you would say the same thing if it was a man who left their child at home
Thank
to go
you.
on a
That's
show.
right. That's
Yeah,
right. There
it's
you
like
go.
always that double standard with women. So
Yeah.
I'm actually interested in that. I don't think I've only watched like this will be my third season watching Love Is Blind, so
Yeah.
I haven't watched all of them. But I don't think there's been anybody else who has a kid or at least is open about it.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone has
Yeah.
had a kid coming into the show. I don't think so.
So that's
I
interesting.
don't remember.
But I think that's cool because that's very real. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who have kids, and they're looking for a relationship too. They're looking for their long-term partner because it didn't work out the first time or whatever, you know? So I think that's good. Good to incorporate that. And yeah, like you were saying, I did hear that too online that this is like, I don't think it's like the first season that like knows about this fame, but it's definitely changed, they're saying, since like the very beginning, where whenever like I guess season 1 or maybe even 2 because they film it ahead of
Yeah.
time, where the people, they didn't really know the audience's reaction yet. Like now when you're, I guess, even auditioning for Love Is Blind or whatever, they know how popular the show is.
They know, and they know, like, it's kind of like a character, I feel like, that they're playing also.
Yeah.
Because I truly don't think that this is who they are as people, which is something that we have to keep in mind when we're watching this, to not judge them so harshly. Because now that they know, that this is popular, this is, all this stuff,
Yeah.
I see them now as a character.
Yeah.
It's not them. They're playing a part. That's how I
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and now they might even be Love Is Blind, watchers. They might have even watched the show, so
Yeah,
they kind of
yeah.
know the dynamics more. And like you're saying, they know a little bit more like, okay, maybe if I act a fool, I'll get more screen time.
Exactly,
Or,
yeah.
whatever it is, like, if I'm like the villain. Also, like, they'll
Yep.
play up those things. 'Cause again, people love characters. Like, even in reality
Yeah.
shows, there's always those characters, like, where they have people be the villain, be the good person. Like,
And the producers
yeah.
are there, of course, like, not telling them word for word what to say, but they are guiding them in the direction, I think, of how they should approach situations.
exactly. And not just Love Is Blind, but just we're talking about like
In
reality
general,
shows
in
in
general,
general. So I'm sure this applies to Love Is Blind too, where we know nowadays, like we've heard so many different people, like even from the Real Housewives to other TV shows, even like Jersey Shore or whatever, where they've said things that like that the producers do play a part in it because
They
they'll
do,
kind
of
of like
course.
rile them up sometimes or be like, are you sure you don't want to go talk to this person about it? Like we know for Vanderpump Rules, I believe it is. Yeah, I don't know who it was that came out and said like that one of the fight scenes, I think it was Katie and whoever.
I don't know.
her
I
boyfriend is.
stopped watching it for a while.
It's been a while now that I've watched it too. But this is an older season too, where I guess he
Yeah.
like threw a drink in her face, and she said recently that was a reenactment. She's like, that really did happen, but at the moment that it happened, the cameras weren't there to catch it, so they asked them to do it again
Oh my God.
to get it on the
Which
screen.
makes sense, yeah.
So, anyways, point is that there's a lot of this stuff like where the producers play a game with the the cast too, or not play a game, but they formulate the story, because
Right.
at the end of the day, we all want like an interesting story to look at.
And the way that they edit things, if you maybe do a look, it maybe wasn't specifically to that person, but they use it to that person. So
Right.
then they kind of, because they already know the end result. So
Yeah.
they use those faces and stuff like that to kind of make you think and feel certain ways
Yeah.
towards these like characters, or, they're people, yes, but I don't know how real they actually are
Yeah, we don't know.
nowadays.
Yeah, we'll see, and it's always fun to see a new season of Love Is Blind and everything too, because they're all new people, and you it's like fun to start watching it because you don't know who's gonna be what, like
Yeah, who are you rooting for? Because
yeah,
at the end, you do end up rooting for specific couples, and you're like,
yeah,
oh my God, they didn't get married, or I
yeah,
can't believe they got married.
yeah, yeah. So in this one, from the preview, we saw the trailer, and they're based in North Carolina, most of them,
North
right?
Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah. And like from the trailer preview that they played on Netflix, it looked very like not diverse at all. Like it looked like very,
Yeah.
like just like a not diverse cast at all. But then when we saw online the cast, it does look like there are
Yeah.
some, people in there. There is some diversity. So I like to see that too, because I would love to see more diversity in these shows, and
Me
hopefully
too.
even the people that they end up following their lives. And I know they kind of can't choose it, but I hope they're, they end up having some more, diverse people and everything too, just to, represent all people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't know who the main cast is going to be.
And I guess they don't really know either, technically, right? Because they don't know who's gonna like fall in love or
I
whatever.
mean, at this point,
Match.
they know who it is, but they
Yeah.
don't want to give it to the audience, because then,
Right. That's
it kind of
true.
it ruins the whole purpose of us watching it, and like,
Yeah.
who's going to go with who, and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
I know, and I love guessing too when the show just
Me
starts.
too.
I love guessing because when you can tell, like, if the camera's following around a person
Yeah.
more than another, you already know they
Are part
might
of like,
end up matching up or making it,
Yeah.
all the way through to the end, which we don't know if they'll get married or not, but they're gonna make it to that stage where
Yeah.
they're like saying yes or no.
and I like my favorite part. I don't know what your favorite part is, but my favorite part is once they're done with the pods,
Pods.
and they're going into their like so they usually go to Mexico. I don't know where they're going to
Yeah.
go now, but once they go there, and I'm like, okay, how are they going to act like now that they're together?
Yes.
Because you know what happened with Taylor last time, right? Taylor and
Yes.
that guy.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
I forgot his name too, but he.
PG? No, wait, not PJ? PK? I don't know, something. But remember, he was
Yeah,
like,
I
you can't
remember
wear
him.
makeup. I don't like you wearing makeup.
Yeah, he was really weird. He just.
So,
Yeah.
and
he
they're
was
in North
weird.
Carolina, so I don't know. I wonder how the people are going to be. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. You never know what it's gonna like, what route this is gonna take. So it's always fun to see, especially from the beginning. So yeah, we're just gonna definitely be like doing recaps about it coming up in our future episodes. But yeah, we're just so excited, and we'll see how this season goes.
Yeah, we'll see how the season goes. And we're so happy you guys made it till the end. Thank you guys
Yes.
so much for being here. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, and if you made it this far, comment a heart emoji.
Yes, comment a heart emoji.
Yeah, we would love to see that. So yeah, happy Valentine's Day to everybody, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And we hope you guys have a beautiful day today and every day, and we'll catch you guys in our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.